Good evening, VPG! How the devil are you on a fine Thursday night? Domino and I have got the matching kits on for the first time this season. He doesn't know yet. He's just found out. Domino, welcome back. I mean, you almost lost your job midweek, but here you are. You are back now officially, and yeah, I assume one can only assume it's good to be back.
I'm gonna tell you a little secret, April. Watching the stream on Tuesday, I was worried. Fred Sharon, by the way, what a guy.
Yeah, top man, and top commentator, apparently.
Oh my god.
I mean, he said now he can't do Tuesdays. I've got a sneaky suspicion he might be setting up his own channel and, yeah, just going ahead with that, because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you if you were that man? But
what we do, April, we just uncover gems over here, don't we?
That's what we do.
He was unheard of before we had him on.
On and off the pitch. Speaking of on the pitch, let's get down to business. As Eminem once said, it is Exito taking on TNG in the first game of tonight. That is UK Premier action, closely followed by Mr. Delosa's Focus side. They are away from home against a very good prolific side. That is game number 2 for you. And then from the UK we go to the EU. Real Casarea taking on Mad Army, who apparently have got 10 men. Don't believe it. They're lulling you in. And then the main event of the evening, banger for you, Rote Teufel Esport taking on Allstar, aka One Mind. That is what is on the menu for tonight. And Domino, let's go. I mean, what a place to start. Match number 1. Duh. Exito taking on TNG. Before I let you have your say on this game, what I will say is TNG, I have not forgiven you for beating Liberia PCW last week.
No.
2-0 up at halftime and cruising. I won't give away any spoilers, but let's just say it did not finish 2-0 to Liberia PCW. And Exito aside, we know all too well, Domino. How do you see this one going first and foremost?
To be fair, watching the TNG game versus our beloved Liberia, really good organised team. April showed their quality in that second half. Exito, we're very familiar with their players. I chalk this down to, and not being political, a true 50-50 on the pitch.
Interesting. I think Exito are one of the teams to beat. I've got them finishing above our beloved Liberia PCW in a 5th position this season. So before they even kicked the ball, there was a lot of pressure on them, but for some reason, Exito, very good footballing side, of course. I would put them in that category as kind of the best of the rest. And, you know, they've taken teams, you know, some of those top teams that are always in the fold, you know, the likes of Prolific, FG, Class Heritage. They've taken those boys all the way in previous seasons. And now with the UK Premier being the way it is, it's so strong, 24 teams, it's full of ballers. I think that, I don't know, I feel like I fancy them more over the course of a longer season than I do in that kind of old Western shootout of 12 team season like we had before.
Yeah, April, you're not wrong. And they've got the squad depth of the players, and the chemistry of the players is really important, because when you've played with players long enough, you know their availability, and that's the one thing they know. You know they won't let you down. And when you've got really good players that are not going to let you down week in, week out, they become a force. And Exito are, well, I reckon they'll show that over the course of the season. The TNG boys, again, not too familiar other than that performance against our Liberia. They look like a really good team, April. They do look like a very good outfit.
I mean, less of that. TNG. Do you know what? I was just going on to the lobby just to show you their formation. It's the first.
I know.
It's the first 4-3-3 I've seen in a very long time. And I was going to highlight their fullbacks, Jonesy and Digital, as the 2 players to watch here. Just 2 players who understand the game very well, and I'd look out for those guys. And of course, as always, Exito, they have got in their midfield Tommy, who I genuinely think is one of the best players outside of again those top obvious teams. So look out for him, and as well as Smith as well. Okay. He's the gaffer. He's the one that makes them ticks. Right then, off we go. Let's hope we get a game, because we know what the servers have been like. They were perfect for us on Tuesday. We were just lucky, I think, because apparently a lot of players had issues. But it does look like Exito are either protesting or just not in the game. Not sure which one it is. Stay tuned to find out.
Said a bit early, didn't we, April? Said it a bit early. Here we go. First goal.
Almost. I mean, false start. We'll try again. We'll let you know what is happening down in the Discord. Sorry, just reading the chat, just making sure there were no live updates. Oh, wow, yeah. It wasn't anything to do with the game, Domino. I'm not even sure if I should tell you the reason why they jumped out.
Yes, Abel. Yes, do it. On the street, name and shame.
One of the players' controllers wasn't working.
I mean, fair?
Was it? Is it?
I mean, I'm asking. The fair was... There was a question mark at the end of that fair comment, so I was like, fair question mark for you to respond. Is that fair?
I mean, given the issues with the game, let's say it was a connection problem with EA rather than just the guy's batteries falling out the back of the controller or something.
Yeah.
Only because imagine the amount of times Domino and I have jumped on clubs, and then I just see his character stop moving. And then I just hear like a mad scramble for that wire to connect it in. That's what I'm going by here. That is what I'm going by.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's the same. Unless the controller has just died or he's poured orange juice on it. Happens, April, you know what I mean? If there's one of those anomalies that happen where he physically couldn't play and needs to reconnect his controller, I don't know. I mean, that is a contentious one, shall I say?
Yeah. We don't like contentious on here, do we, Domino? Certainly not. Certainly not contentious.
So, who was it? Part of the Exito players?
I think it was Exito, was it? Because TNG was still playing on, and it's Dizzy in the chat as well. So.
Yeah. Okay. So it might be. Well, the Exito players, they start 1 goal down, then the rules. 8 goals, then the rules.
Right, I mean, TNG might need it. Because I do think Exito are slight favourites for this game. I don't think TNG will mind me saying that at all. They'll be happy to play the role of slight underdogs tonight. And let's find out if they can use that to their advantage as we try to get into this game for a second time. I mean, to be fair, we did get in. That's a start.
And to be fair, I do think the right centre-back did just sweep his little brother's controller. So you got to do what you got to do on this channel, boys. Fair play.
Right then, second time lucky, off we go. It is TND to kick us off in the All Black from right to left. Taking on a very, very strong Exito side in the All White. Our first game of the night.
Yeah, I think these fullbacks are going to be really, really important, April. I'm going to see, because they know the Exito, how good they are.
Yeah.
Whether they start pushing forward and applying the pressure, it will leave gaps at the back, or whether they stay conservative. Because in this formation, it can go one or two ways. April, super offensive, super defensive.
Yeah.
No,
Totally agree. I think, going back to that game, TNG against Liberia, we saw the best and the worst of TNG. And from a neutral point of view, which we weren't at the time, from a neutral point of view, it's good to see, because they're a team that are going to score lots of goals, but also potentially ship a lot of goals. Although they do have Madzino in goal tonight, so he'll be doing all he can to prevent that from happening. But Exito are...
There's a big gap there. What an 8 ball. I mean, the centre-half's there. Criminal, if I'm honest with you. They do need to watch that, because he's very lucky he didn't find that pass, because there was an acres chasm between them.
Digital from fullback, by the way. Drew Deeney steps across, wins it and plays it down the line. Good football from him. Here is Ewan, team of the week in the UK Prem in that cam position. Feeds Mella onto Carroll. Edge of the box is Ewan. Smith intercepts the ginger in centre midfield. Zubamendi steps in, can't get it out. Good press from Exito. High up, Para tries to drop the shoulder. They are struggling to clear their lines at the moment. Well, they don't really want to clear their lines. They want to play out from the back, he says as he clears his lines.
Yeah, I mean, they played 3 balls trying to play out through the back 8 ball, and it went straight.
Well, this is what I mean. This is what TNG, you know, talking about the best and the worst of these boys. Clearly they want to play football, and you know, it's risk versus reward. Sehin slides it through on the overlap to Sam. Loses his man, keeps it low, and that is a huge goal. Sam cutting in from the right wing, beats the man, keeps it low, puts his side 1 goal up. Domino, talk to me.
Sam FC just take a bow there. He used the players inside of the decoy. The centre half dropped off to cover the run. It was all on that left back to try and cover 8 ball, and yeah, he had him on toast, unfortunately, for the left back. It's one he doesn't want to repeat, but for Sam, that's one you clip, son. What a finish. Yeah. Fantastic. And to beat a keeper like that, 8 ball, in that space, fair play, hat off.
Left him with no chance as well. Solid finish from a solid player. Sam opens the scoring within 20 minutes, and Exito look hungry for more on that left side with Carroll. Breaks into the box. No one's stopping him. No one looking like stopping him. Ewan tries to slide it through. Exito looking good going forward, and to be fair, Smith and this man, Ewan, in the midfield along with Tommy, just got TNG on lockdown at the moment. Rabs gives it to Lopez, edge of the box, looking for the return ball. MXCR clears.
Oh, fantastic reading.
Yeah, Para's done well there. Big switch. Sam tries to take it down. Jonesy with the overhead kick. TNG got men forward here, and I tell you what, Domino, they're going
to be a bit better, 8 ball.
They're going to kick themselves. For that one.
Yeah, it was 3 against 2, 8 ball, and they had the line of the defence, and unfortunately just couldn't find that out ball to one of their feet or in behind. But that's good signs for TNG. If I was looking at that, I was like, look, there is space here to exploit, and they look like they're going to exploit there. But this midfield, it's been very aggressive for both teams, pressure-wise, because this has created that basketball game, 8 ball, where it's end-to-end, back and forth. No team are resting on sitting in a block, sitting in a shape. Both teams are coming out for goals, and we are going to see them 8 ball. Yeah, it's opening up a little bit too much for Exito. I tell you what, it was a ball and a half. He was offside, but I mean, I feel like this is almost the trap that LeBerry fell into. TNG not at their free-flowing best as things stand, but all it takes is a ball, and they are clinical in front of goal when they get in front of goal. It's just getting there at the moment. Exito, good value for this lead at 1-0, 31 minutes gone. Yeah, they're doing everything they need to do, 8 ball. They're very, very good in possession. They're working it through the thirds. And every time TNG have got the ball, they can't string more than 3 passes together because this team are marauding forward, hunting them down.
Yeah, it's like you said, both teams are aggressive on the press. Digital up from full-back again. The man loves going forward. Rabs drops the shoulder, loses the man. Lopez over the top, keeper stays.
Good idea.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, the ideas in there for both teams, 8 ball, other than the finish in the turn for the first goal, the ideas have been there, the execution's just been a little bit off. Yeah, I like it. It's setting things up nicely from where we're sat, Domino, put it this way. I'm not sure I'd be happy as either manager, because it's just nerve-wracking watching the kind of chaos ball that's going on at the moment. Exhibit A, Smith makes his umpteenth tackle of the game, and that's a huge save from Madzino. That is what that man does. That is what he is making a name for himself doing. Point blank range. Will that go down as a bit of a sitter for Meliboy there? Well, 8 ball, that was a lot harder. Oh, it's off the post. MXCR squares the ball. I think he was. I'm not sure, because MXCR was not stood where that ball is right now, Domino. No, Abel, he played to the man offside.
Wow, I tell you what.
Why I put back.
They're in again here. Para to Ewan, drops the shoulder again. It's a massive save from Madzino. Guessed the right way for the 2nd time in quick succession. Single-handedly keeping him in this game, along with an open goal that was passed, puts it right on top of the goalkeeper.
Able, TNG need to get to half-time. They need to get to half-time here.
I mean, where have we heard this one before? Where have we heard this one before? Manzinho keeping them in the game, getting through to half-time, watch them come out in that second half.
This is not bad for mate, but I don't mind this standing on the ball. I didn't like that. I did
does
like
very
that.
well. Ewan, whose shot was tipped around the post a short while ago. They've hit the post. They've had an open goal. They've scored a goal. They've basically done everything other than score a second, which means they could be susceptible to conceding this through the legs. Oh, Kaio, TNG are really making a name for themselves at the moment. They love that. They love that underdog feel. They have been against the kosh for 44 minutes. Kaio nutmegs the goalkeeper and draws his side level. 1 apiece on the stroke of half-time. I tell you what, we might not be finished with the goal scoring in this half just yet. Here we are.
We definitely are.
I don't know why he came back. To prove me wrong. Right, Domino. I mean, talk about that goal first and foremost before we actually have a look at the bigger picture here.
Yeah, it was good play to get box 8 ball. There was a big slice of luck with the tackle ricocheting, coming out into that void between the keeper. Keeper couldn't have come out for it. He had to stay put. On the ball 8 ball, you can't knock the finish, went into the back of the net, went through the keeper's legs. It is what it is, but TNG were under the cosh. Without that man Mads in goal, it would have turned into a little bit of a cricket score. But 8 ball, he kept that net unbelievably, and then they've gone up and they've paid his just rewards by getting the goal. It's really opened up this half because I don't know, as they scored it, how both teams' team talk's going to go at this half time.
Yeah, I agree. I think the TNG lot have really got they've got a team talk for the rest of the season with that result last week against Liberia. Sorry to keep mentioning it as well. I mean, it's not like we've got a vested interest in it, but 2-0 down in arguably one of the biggest leagues in pro clubs to come back and win 3-2. It's an incredible feat, and you can tell that TNG were up against it, backs against the wall, and they had that kind of confidence just to keep going forward, to keep pressing, and out of absolutely nowhere get themselves back into this game. And to be honest, it's picked up right where it left off, with Chris breaking into the box, cutting it back to Smith, finds Paris, feet goes low. Once again, Manzinho is there, a strong wrist to keep it out, and comes and collects it as well. Domino, is this just a case of when, not if, for Exito?
Yes, yeah, it's got to be 8 ball. The chance they're getting, the spaces they're creating, and it's not even like they're getting into those areas without end product. There is end product there. The end product is just being squashed by Mads.
Yeah.
So the best thing for TNG here, you've got to create a bit more for low block. Be more stable, because they can do something on the front foot. They've shown it able.
I mean, do you think that comes with having that 4 at the back? You do lose that stability of the traditional 3 centre halves, because they do look quite susceptible through the middle at the moment. I mean, this man Ewan's having an absolute field day at the moment, feeding his 2 strikers. I feel like it's playing in the TNG formation is playing into Exito's hands a little bit.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Well, I think there has been a lag out for TNG.
Oh, really? But then they get themselves into spaces like this though quite easily with that formation. So again, I said it in the first 5 minutes. It's risk versus reward, and there is confirmation of that lag out. Bizzle steps in, wins it back for TNG. Technically a man down. 11 against 10.5 now.
It does look like that.
Oh wow.
NCV. Oh, what ball?
2v1. Here's the goal scorer, Kaio. Goes low again, and now is Dizzy to make the save. 2 world-class goalkeepers on our screen tonight.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, Dizzy, I know Dizzy's high quality, and he'll be upset with that first goal, 100%.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's more than made amends for it with that save, because we know how powerful low-driven shots are on this game, and he still managed to tip it around the post. But in terms of free-flowing attacking football, Domino, this is an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Oh, wait, well, there's chances going. It is every attack, there's an end product to it. We've just said it time and time again.
This man looks tidy, by the way. He runs out of pitch in the end, but great feat from him.
I think if TNG, they can't play this middle ground 8 ball. I do think they've got to stick one or the other. Right now, they're switching between offense or defense, but they're doing half-hearted both. They've either got to go for it or stay in a low block. It's the best way that they're going to get an outcome in this game. Go win it or reserve yourself the draw. And that means his fullbacks do need to get up, start pushing up and
like
trying
that.
to make something happen.
Rabs drops the shoulder, keeps it low.
8 finish, 8 ball.
They won it high up and they made Exito pay for it. And where have we seen this before? Out of the depths of nowhere. No, to be fair, I was going to say no right to be in the lead, but I tell you what, this second half they've fought fire with fire. It's a bit like what you were saying. It's just they're just chucking men at it. The fullbacks are getting forward. They've got fullbacks and wingers as well, just filling those wide areas. I think TNG have done a very, very good job this second half of just really suffocating this Exito side. And don't get me wrong, they're giving up a lot of field possession. They've given up a lot of chances. They're just saying, we back Mads, basically. We're going to go and score 2 or 3.
They are saying, that is exactly what they're saying, Abel. It's like, get through the back line, we back Mads.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. I just like, you know, we very rarely, I'll tell you what, it's close to getting on the end of that. We very rarely see a 4-3-3, and I can totally understand why, but these guys are just backing themselves, and I love to see it from a neutral point of view. But like I said, if I was a manager of either one of these sides, I think I would struggle to watch this week in, week out because it's chaos.
Oh, wait, well, I'm having a heart attack. I'm not even a manager of one of these sides. But you are allowed on stream anytime you should desire. Oh,
Sam drops the shoulder nicely. Looks for the back post. Digital does well. Good recovery from him. He is the gaffer of TNG. Leading by example. And here is potentially man of the match, Kaio.
Kaio looks like he's got some different type of bird as able. Get that man's build. Unbelievable.
He's breaking into the box. Unopposed. MXCR does really, really well.
As soon as he picks up a header's teammate, well, it's like no one can get close to him. It's a bit different.
Yeah. I mean, he went about 50 yards unopposed after he skipped past that man on the halfway line. It was Gareth Bale-esque from that man. Yeah. And at the moment, TNG taking all 3 points, which if we'd said that to you in the 40th minute, we would have been laughed off stream. Instead, Sehin gives it to Para once again. It is that man. Madzinho tips it round the post, this time with the studs. Like an octopus, that man. Oh, MXCR heads it down. Para was there. I tell you what, Para's got to keep his head up at the moment because he, you know, good players create chances for themselves. He just needs to keep the faith a little bit because surely, Domino, Madzinho can't save everything.
No, an 8 ball. This is why these guys pay the top dollars because they're mentality monsters. Me, my head will be gone. I'm thinking I'm never beating. Oh! And then he gets that chance, Abel, and that's how you keep in the game. What a finish. Mads, you cannot do anything about that, unfortunately. Oh. It was top corner, 8 ball. We have got a goal line scramble for the last 5 minutes. Virtually. 8 ball, who's taking it? Tell me.
That went like an absolute rocket. Wow.
If you're going to score a goal, 8 ball, and the keeper's best all this time, what an emphatic finish.
I mean, to be honest, I'm quite happy that went in because we were literally just saying, you know, this man really needs to keep his head. Oh, what a ball. Lopez through to Kaio in that form as well. You'd back him in that form, Domino.
It's clearly away. Well, no one's catching that man.
Is there a storybook ending for one of these two sides as Ewan breaks into the box, keeps on the deck? Chris!
Oh, how's he caught it?
Point blank range.
Mads is an absolute. He's a menace, Abel. He's a menace.
I mean, I did speak to Digital, the TNG gaffer, before this game, and he said he was going to put on a show for us. Someone's lagged out here, and look at Exito. Man over Sehin. Digital is there.
He's got to keep that in play. If he keeps that in play, we're still game on. It's
he
still
needed
got
to
game
swing
on,
it in, didn't he? He needed to swing it in.
Right,
wow.
Extra time, mate. Well, we can't end it. No one deserves to lose this. No one deserves to not win this game. We've got to carry on.
Once again, the first game has delivered. It's always the same. It's always the same. The only way is down from here, unfortunately. So you might as well turn off now because we ain't topping that one. We ain't.
That's Domino and that's 8 ball. Like, guess, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next stream.
Oh, we're not really going, by the way. To be fair, you said that and I pressed the wrong button, so it actually looked like we were kind of going. Two apiece then. Spoil shared. Domino, I'll let you have your hot take because I'm almost a little bit speechless. That was some top quality stuff.
Oh, 8-ball. I mean, the quality on the pitch was there, the finish was there, the drama was there. That game kind of had everything you need, bar a winner. The annoying thing is no team deserved to lose it, which they didn't, but both teams deserved to win there. And to be fair, the real winners, as the people that are watching this stream, 8-ball, because what an absolute unbelievable start to the stream that was. Exito, TNG, take a bow.
Yeah, every now and then, Mr. Delosa gets it right with his match picks, and bang on the money that time, so thank you very much for that. And again, you know, we say it every now and then, it's just such a good advertisement for not only VPG, but mainly VPG, but also clubs, 11s v 11s. It's just, it was a very, very good watch, entertaining stuff, and nobody can look me in the eye and tell me that watching 1v1 is more exciting than what we just watched now. And if they do, they're boss-eyed. They're lying. They're lying.
And they've been paid off for that comment.
Paid off by EA themselves. Right, I'm looking for a stream for the second game. I'll take you into the match lineup so you can see that whilst I am looking around. Prolific versus Focus. Domino, talk to me about what you expect from this game.
It's hard, 8-ball. It's hard. Prolific, what a start to the season they've had. I caught the last stream that you'd done with Bread, and I tell you what, that game against Fama had me on tenterhooks. They looked so good against them when they were outgunned in pretty much every position, 8-ball. And they do like an underdog story, and they played so well in that game. We know all about Prolific. We know the unbelievable players they brought in, like Juan Lukaku, top baller, and they're looking unbelievable this season, 8-ball. When we covered them, I think it was the first game on the stream.
It was, yeah.
They had a really good class team that they dispatched quite nicely, actually, in their 2-1 win. And I'm going to go with Class here because I do think Class have the talent on the pitch. Not saying Focus don't. They're in a great run of form and they're looking a bit like world beaters at the minute. It's going to do a lot for Focus, that combination between Delosa and Keenan Page, to stop that Prolific train.
Yeah, totally agree. I think, you know, when we called the Focus game against Fama on Tuesday, I think Focus this whole season are just happy to go in as underdogs, a bit like TNG were in the last game, and just play without, I don't want to say fear, but you know, if they lose, then fine. They kind of weren't expecting to win it anyway, and I think that's when we see Focus at their best, when they don't have the kind of weight on their shoulders. And getting promoted into these two top leagues, I think, is so massive for them, because that's kind of what was expected of them. They were expected to get promoted last season, and now they're in this, you know, the two top divisions. It's almost the pressure is off them now. The pressure's on the other side to beat them effectively, and it works so well against Fam. And I would expect the team talk would probably largely be the same again here, because Prolific, as you probably touched upon, have been there, done that, worn the t-shirt, designed the t-shirt themselves. They're probably still wearing the t-shirt from their last league win, but I think again, just an additional point that you also touched upon, Domino, was the fact that that link up between Delosa and Keenan Page, it's served them well. You know, we saw it at the LAN and we saw it on Tuesday, and then we looked at the stats for the league, and Keenan Page is there of 5 goals in 5 games, and Delosa's there on 4 assists this season. So quite clearly it's ticking for them nicely, and it's definitely a team that when those two are playing well, the team tends to not necessarily always play well themselves, but at least get results.
No, absolutely, 8-ball. And you look at, I can give you duos that kind of set the world alight, like your Poise top 2, like your Nashors and Luca. They've been playing with each other week in, week out for years. You automatically, instinctively, when you pick up the ball, you know where that person's going to be or where they're going to run into. And that's the same with Delosa and Keenan Page. They've got that chemistry, they've got that philosophy. And Delosa, I don't mind if Delosa gives the ball away 20 times in a game as long as he creates 2 assists and they're 2 balls that he's actually made. It's what he's got to do in that part. I don't mind him picking up the ball and going for the Hollywood passes 8-ball because that's what he's known to do and he's very, very good at it. But
and
it's going to be hard doing a prolific team 8-ball. It just will be hard doing against such a well-organised, well-oiled prolific team.
Yeah, we've got the link now. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, we've just told everyone we are ready to go. Sorry to almost cut you off there, Domino, but I needed to bring this to your attention because you were making the point. How did you know? How did you know? What I was going to say...
I was going to bring this up with you as well. I had 2 things. First of all, Mads in the chat. Love Mads. GG, mate. What a guy. The second thing, what is Alfie Edge doing?
I mean, he was at Engine last week. He's now made the step across to Focus. And what I was going to say is you've got Delosa in that side. You've given the ball. And if he has to lose it 20 times to make 1 key pass, then so be it. That's the kind of formation and tactic you play with. You understand the nature of the beast. But then you have to have your 2 CDMs who totally understand that. I was going to say, you've got Hammer in there. 100% understands it. And now you've got Alfie Edgeworth in there. We know he gets it. Big time baller. Here we go. Second game of the evening. Promises to be another banger as well.
It's got to be, mate. Alfie's a stream player. We know this. He plays terrible every other week, but on stream, Alfie's a different beast. Goat level. Here he is.
I was going to say,
this is like a game of all my favourite players. You got Hammer.
I'm not playing. I don't know what you're on about.
It's just all my favourite ballers, 8-ball. This is fantastic. I'm not even commenting to watch this.
Toblerone hammers it away with the fist, and it falls at the feet of Chubnaldinho. It's good to see him back in the side as well. Hammer, long ball from left to right.
Oh my god, he's different class 8-ball.
Here we go. Good one too. Baz and Corksy. Keenan Page drops a shoulder. What a Cruyff turn that was. Almost leading to a shot on target. Instead, it is blocked. And if you haven't worked it out already, it is prolific in the red and blue from left to right, and Focus in the all white away from home tonight. And what a start to the game. Both sides with a half chance.
I think it's really important to see which team starts dictating the play. It looked like Focus at the beginning, but they need to rest back. Prolific just need to hold on to the ball. Let them know who's going to be. Oh, that's fantastic. SJ Clay.
Is SJ Clay and Crimmy leading the line tonight? Is how Crimmy wants his side to play. You know, they've had
Joanne
Lukaku fizzes it wide. They've had world-class strikers in this Prolific side for years and years now, and they always just come back to the old guard of Crimmy and SJ Clay. It's how the manager Crimmy likes to play, and to be fair, I mean, Crimmy again, top goal scorer in the league at the moment. It's clearly it's working for them, so why not? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Had some astute business as well. An influx of Spaniards in this side with the likes of Guto, Krivas, Koku, Joan Lukaku. So it's a good blend, I tell you what. It was Spaniard to Spaniard there as Krivas almost opens the scoring, but remains 0-0. Koku wins it high up for this Prolific side. Krivas, former champions Prolific, former multiple-time champions Prolific. Koku in the box gives it to SJ Clay. Good win. Focus come out with it and keep the ball nicely with Delosa. Puts his foot on it, stabs it over the top. Expect to see that a few times this game. Guto does well though, wise to the guys, and Alfie Edgeworth up there. 18 minutes in, goalless. Not through lack of
I think the balance at the minute of Focus is very, very nice. I like how Alfie Edgeworth has taken that box-to-box role because I think that's where he needs to be. Because you do know he's dangerous in both box. Like, he will pop up with a goal or two, and he's a fantastic defender. I do like how Hammer is playing the more sensible sweeper, cutting past lanes, and that's where Hammer's the best at as well. In the midfield, he's got great chemistry if they can, again, make it work, but it's going to be hard to stop these Prolific boys able. All over the top.
It's gone in!
It's offside.
No, it's not.
No one
No,
knows.
it's not.
No one knows.
And that, I'm going to assume that's why it didn't let Toblerone touch the ball, because it knew it was offside. But I tell you what, I was going to say they need to stop João Lukaku having so much of the ball, because he's having a field day over on that far side at the moment. But Krimi had barely touched the ball in this first 24 minutes and then almost gets a goal instantly. But it does remain goalless despite that 30 seconds of absolute chaos.
That action there, that 30 seconds should be on a quiz table. We should pause it as soon as it's going to the goal and just say, stop, what happens next?
What happened, yeah. It's not you being framed, mate. Are we showing our age there?
I was about to say, stop showing our age. I said, you bear tapes, you've been framed.
Koku, edge of the box. Chobnaldinho does well, but falls back at SJ Clay's feet. Oh, Hammer. Good tackle. Risky tackle, but a good tackle nonetheless. Got back in the nick of time. Did the Hammer. It will be a corner though to Prolific. 29 minutes gone. Krimi swings it in. This time Coburn does connect with it. It's going to come straight back to them though. I'm sure Focus would probably be expecting this type of attack versus defense scenario. But they do look dangerous on the counter-attack every now and then. Hadji.
I think this is going into the pattern of the game that I thought would happen.
Yeah.
Them getting a lot of the ball and then them coming and then Focus coming out with that offensive. And to be fair, they do need to watch that, because if it gets to the Losa, he can find that killer pass.
Yeah, it pains me to say he can play those killer passes. And I think Prolific know that as well. So, you know, whilst I think Prolific will be happy, especially with the last 10-15 minutes, they need a goal or two, because Focus are a side who don't mind sitting in, can catch you on the counter-attack, and
Hammer's just
well played, Hammer. And it's just what they do. You know, it's I want to say it's direct, because it is. I mean, we just saw it there, but it's not direct in the kind of, you know, traditional Stoke rainy Tuesday night type of thing. It's direct with purpose. Clearly they got a game plan for playing, you know, former champions. It makes sense. I think they'll be happy with the way things are going so far.
And I tell you what, Abel, Alfie Edge and Hammer are having two fantastic games here. They might not play together that frequently, I'd imagine, but they're complementing each other very, very nicely.
This may very well be the first time they've ever played together, barring the game number 1 from tonight, but they're gelling well at the moment. But so far it's one-way traffic in terms of possession, in terms of field position, but I think Krimi will be disappointed with how much they've actually created in front of goal, in terms of chances, clear-cut chances. Hammer's dived in. Hadji keeps the ball, tries to slide it through. Moodhullet is there. Hadji wins it back. It's under the Kosh time for Focus, just before half-time. Can Prolific dig something out here? João Lukaku obviously saw the clock, finds Krivas at that back post, and it's been one of their main weapons at the moment, Domino, is that left midfielder to right midfielder ball. But truth be told, I mean, the bright spark for Prolific at the moment is the man on the left midfield, João Lukaku, and we spoke about him last week. What a signing that man was, Dom.
Yeah, I mean, there's the Alfie Edgeworth that are really surprises to be like, again, on the Focus team. Just don't expect him to pop up, but then there's João Lukaku coming to Prolific, which is, it's like when Eto'o signed for Everton April. It made no sense. It's out of left field. It's not because anyone's a bad team or bad players. It literally was completely out of left field. And like you said, he's having the run of the game there. I do think if anything's going to come from the Prolific side, it will come down that left-hand side. Saying that, the amount of times you mentioned Krivas, they're both getting into the game quite well, which will be the scary thing for Prolific.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think Focus won't mind too much it being 0-0, them not having too much of the ball. But to be fair to them, 0-0 against Prolific half-time, fine. But they've also looked quite dangerous going forward at times as well. And I think that's probably the team talk for Delosa and his senior players is, we've just matched one of the best teams out there in the UK and in Europe. look, just keep doing what you're doing, and you know, if a half chance comes to the likes of Corksey or Keenan Page, we back them to put it away, and you know, all it takes is a goal to win this game, and I think that had to be the team talk at the moment, and we'll see how they come out playing, because again, they're going direct, they're sitting in, and I don't think they mind it, truth be told.
No, and the scary thing is they looked comfortable, like in this position. That's one of the first times they've actually been able to pull the trigger and make Cobra or test Cobra able. But if I'm honest, that they've looked comfortable in that low block.
Yeah. I don't think Prolific, as things stand, is Tuanze, and when you can't get a goal from open play, you call on the beasts from the back, and Tuanze fits that description to a T, a power header from close range, and to be honest, Domino, I think Focus will be more angry than Prolific will be happy with that.
Oh, 100%. It's one thing after you've done such good work, been under such cost, just to go, I wouldn't say sleep 8 ball, but been caught out by a set piece that probably should have been defended better, but take nothing away from the ball, nothing away from the run, 8 ball, and the bullet header. I can even see it go to the back of the net.
Yeah, absolutely bulleted in from Tuanze, who at the moment has had a relatively simple game.
Yeah.
That header was probably the hardest thing he had to do, and even that wasn't too bad. 6 yards out, unmarked, powers it past Coblerone in the Focus net. Puts his side 1 goal to the good. Good start to the second half for those Prolific boys, and I think it's not going to calm any nerves per se, but it's just going to, I think it's going to put them into 3rd or 4th gear, because at the moment they didn't need to get out of 2nd gear in that first half, so it might just put them up a notch.
Yeah, and Keenan Page has been starved of the ball here.
Oh yeah. Good ball.
Great ball by Delosa.
Yeah, Naldinho gives it to Keenan Page, had his pocket pinched almost instantly, and that's the problem when you're one of the hottest goal scorers in the league, which Keenan Page, you know, statistically and non-statistically is. Players know all about you. You almost get a target on your back.
But then they're level 8 ball. Like every time you play against someone like the Keenan Page who's on a rampage, you feel like that's cup final for you. You're like, right, well, let's get the better of again, someone that's unbelievable and in great form. It would inspire the defence to make it a lot better, which makes Keenan Page's job a lot harder.
Yeah, exactly that.
Rod for his own back 8 ball.
That's it. How dare he score 5 goals in 1 week? Come on. Darmzo gives it to Hadji, who was Team of the Week in the UK Premier. Congratulations to him, week 1. Inside it goes. Krimi hands it off first time, but yeah, very good line. Yeah, that's a really good point actually. Duran Lukaku had I was going to say he'd strayed, but good line, as Domino said. 67 minutes gone. 1 goal up. Our former champions Prolific. Focus now. Got to take the handbrake off a little bit if they want to get anything out of this game.
Yeah, I would say almost take out Alfie from that holding position. Let Hammer sit in the middle between the centre halves and just get Alfie on a little free roll 8 ball, just to make him make the loose man up, I would say. We
know he loves a goal on stream, and he loves a late goal on stream as well, so they've always got that to rely on. But I tell you what, Juan Lukaku again looking busy. Coblerone this time equal to it.
But I'd like to know here, 8 ball, because it's carried on the same pattern of play since they were 0-0. I haven't seen much change here from their Focus boys, so I wonder what their plan B is going 1-0 down, because it does look same run of play, same pattern, same formation. I wonder what they're going to do to try and again influence the game or influence change.
Yep, I agree. I mean, what can you do against these boys in this type of free-flowing form?
Anywhere it goes, great tackle, they just need to get rid of it. But another corner 8 ball.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, make sure you're picking your men up this time. But the point I was going to make there was the man who made that clearance, who was on the back post of the 6-yard box, was their left midfielder. So, you know, they are being penned back. And I tell you what, he's got another free header. They really, really need to track this man. Yeah, they really need to track him, which they almost look like they're doubling up on him now.
They're doubling up on it. I'll do the same, April.
Here he is again!
He's a menace. That guy's a menace, April.
Wow. I mean, there's, any centre-backs watching. 101 on how to lose your man from a corner. It does remain 1-0. So something still in it for this Focus side. Should they be able to dig something out? Crimmy, though, back winning it for his side. And off goes Hadji with the burners. Tries to get it down the line to Crimmy. Forced to switch it, and they're not going to keep it in either. So more time off that remaining 9 minutes. That Focus need to find a goal. In no rush. Koku wins it very high up. Looking for any man will do in a red shirt, and it actually falls to the man who, to be honest, before he scored was man of the match for me. He pops up, gets his just rewards. That is game, set, and match for this one. Done and dusted. Prolific, good value for the 3 points tonight. Focus, barring 2 Alfie Edgeworth last-minute goals here. I think they'll be disappointed. Not necessarily with the result, because it is what it is. They are who they are. I think with the performance, especially the second half.
The performance and the goals conceded, April. I mean, that you could claim that down to luck, but you make your own luck in this game, April. And I do believe Prolific are a warranted 2-goal lead, and they made their own luck there by kept pouring away, kept poking away, and eventually they got their chance to finish, April. They've been fantastic. Prolific not only going 1-0 up, but game management in each section of the game, slowing down Focus, making sure they don't get on the ball, don't build up any possession or pressure on the back four. They've just had a really, really clinical, well-oiled game, April. There's nothing else to it.
I think the biggest compliment I can give these boys, tell you what, Hadji flicks it in. The biggest compliment I can give the Prolific boys is at half-time at 0-0, I don't think that they were worried at all. And there's not many teams around that I can honestly, hand on heart, say that about, as there's a scramble in the box, and that is going to be all she wrote. But truth be told, as soon as that second goal went in from Joan Lukaku, it was curtains for Focus. Does finish Prolific 2, Focus 0, 3 points going back into that UK Premier table with Prolific. Another good game though, Domino.
Yeah, to be fair, that was a fantastic tactical battle there. I like to see what Prolific done, and we always say it, well, what Focus are coming out to play. Because if they got the Focus that came out against Familatiao, we were talking about different leagues there, because that Focus team was unbelievable, like revved up for it. They just, sometimes you see a team and it missed something, and I can't put my finger on what it was. A spark, an engine room, just beating players for one, lack of confidence. I'm not too sure, April, but they were clearly missing that one little thing that couldn't get them into games. They never built any sustained pressure or chances. It was, I think Focus would be upset with their performance. They're not saying anyone played bad, April. It was just not good enough.
No, I think you hit the nail on the head there, because they've had such good performances in the past. Because they've had such good performances on Tuesday live on stream. Yes. That's kind of now the standard. So
that's a great way to look at it, Abel. That was the benchmark where there's not bad. That was the benchmark when they're at, and we know there's levels above that. They couldn't get there. Maybe that's down to Prolific, Abel. Maybe that's down to how good Prolific play.
No, spot on. I think spot on. It's a difficult one, because you're not going to go to Prolific and dominate things. You're not going to go to Prolific and be really upset if you don't get a win. But like you said, I think Delosa and the senior players there, I think they know they're capable of better than that. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's going to go down as a 2-0 win to Prolific. It's hardly to be sniffed at, to be quite frank, at the beginning of the season, when you're looking through the calendar and you think, probably not going to get anything from that. But look, they've got Europe to get back on the bike now, so good luck to them, obviously, for the rest of tonight and the rest of the season. I'm sure we'll bump into them again because Focus are a team we love to watch, especially from a neutral point of view. And Prolific, I'm sure we'll be seeing them very, very soon because they are usually there or thereabouts in their respective leagues, and they are the 2 top leagues in the whole of the VPG. So, game number 3. Just got a message from Polga himself. Don't I feel special? Asking if he can kick off. No, you can't kick off. Not yet.
Polga does what he wants. I'm surprised he didn't ask Abel. I'm surprised it weren't just a comment saying, I'm kicking off.
Yeah, just go into the game and it's kicked off. No, he's very polite, actually. So, not many managers do that. Not many managers do that. But there are the 2 teams for you. And it's a team we're not too familiar with, which I have absolutely no qualms in saying, and the good thing about doing what we do is that we get to discover these teams, these players, and 9 times out of 10 they drop they drop absolute bangers, and then we get to know really good players. So let's hope Real Casarea can do that tonight. But Mad Army Domino, before I say good evening to Sushui Siki, who's in the chat, Mad Army are a side we know very, very well and need no introduction, so they're not going to get one. Good evening, Sushui Shiki. Thank you very much for stopping by. Domino, you have the floor. And just before you go, I know there is a man missing in that Mad Army side. It is Tutuk, so he is the white midfielder. Off you go.
You just look at the Mad Army team, and it looks like a team of Monstars.
Oh yeah,
That's the only way I can describe it. It's like, right, okay, what guns for hire is out there in a minute? And for some reason, every single assassin 5-star was available, and they were just like, yeah, we'll pick up Mook. Yeah, we'll take best tick and component CDMs.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's just, we say about super teams, April, that it looks great on paper, but each of them playing into a different role, where a Festic might not be able to play with a Dreezy. I think they're too similar. Both of them will operate too similar on the pitch, where you need 2 different types. But a Festic and Capote just works perfectly well. Same as a Pulga, where you can play all across that line. The last game I called, did you have Mad Army on Tuesday, Abel?
I think it was the Tuesday before, maybe?
I think, yeah, I was seeing Mad Army on Tuesday, and Polga, I think it might have been Tuesday with Fred, because I kept seeing Polgish pick up some positions, April, where he was so deep lying, it was incredible. Like, that guy is just, he can float around any position.
Yeah, you are right. They played Alte, didn't they? And
they did.
That was like Monstars versus Monstars. Like, that made that Michael Jordan was playing in that game. Like, that was crazy. But yeah, I mean, spot on. I think I enjoy it when Polga drops into cam, because he doesn't play as a cam per se. It very much is just that free roll. It's the same
fly half.
Yeah, it's the same as DeFreezy. It's the same as Nashor to a certain extent. And it's just the team understanding that he is a very, very good player. So you kind of let him do what he wants to do. And then the likes of, like you said before, Festic, Capone will just tidy up around. And I think that's what makes this Mad Army side so dangerous at the moment, because they do understand those roles whilst being a world-class team. And they do currently sit top of the table, 5 wins from 6 games, no losses, 15 goals scored, only the 4 conceded. So they are the in-form team at the moment, taking on, again, a side who are sat in 14th, relatively unknown to us, 2 wins from their 6, scored 6, conceded 6, so, you know, mid-table, a strong start, especially from a side that, you know, they're not a side who are finishing top 6 every single season. They're a side that, you know, we're not familiar with, so clearly haven't been appearing on the stream. It's a bit like TNG, it's a bit like Focus in that I'm sure they're happy to be playing underdogs this evening.
Yeah, and the good thing about this Rail team, Abel, is Mad Army, if we haven't seen much of them, I can't imagine the other team have, where we've seen enough of Polgish, you hear that name mentioned. There is
they're not going into that, are they? They're not going into that, no, they're putting it out so we can go back to what we were saying.
Yeah, so I know how Polgish plays. Now, how to think about stopping Polgish to actually how to do it is a lot harder. But it's space. You give that man space, he will kill you every single day of the week.
We could write a book on how to stop Polga, but it would be half a page long, and all it would say is just a verse from the Bible and 3 Hail Marys, and that's basically it. So again,
it's salt over your shoulder and spin around 3 times, touch the ground, and pray.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you don't know, like I said, this rail team, like the cam there, we're going to see a lot about them tonight because they're going to be on screen, but you don't know what, again, the abilities is. Is he the Gloster? Is he the Hollywood passer? Is he more like a Polgish that can operate in many tools in the toolbox? Mm-hmm. I think going up against a team that you don't know anything about is actually a little bit of a worry. They're unstudied, they're uncharted, so anything could happen.
Yeah, and it's good for us as well because you just go into it thinking, so everyone's got a clean slate, everything's fresh, we're not expecting anything from these boys. Mm-hmm. So just go out and make a name for yourselves, basically. Yeah. I mean, if you can pick up 3 points along the way, that would be great, I'm sure. But, the slate is clear. Just go out and have a good time. I mean, we do know Dante playing in central centre-back tonight. He is their captain, alongside the gaffer Luca, which leads me to believe, Domino, that they're very strong defensively. Only 6 goals conceded in 6 games as well in the top division in VPG. I think this one might be a cagey affair, save for those boys in Mad Army doing some crazy stuff. And again, one player talking about players coming in making a name for themselves. And when we say that, by the way, we definitely say it with a pinch of salt because I'm sure these guys have been around for years and done incredible things. But Elias playing in right midfield on Tuesday was absolutely brilliant. So he's my one to watch tonight because Polga's just an easy fidget.
Yeah,
obviously.
Default answer.
Exactly. But look out for that man playing wide midfield as well. Very, very good player. And I think he's quite an up and comer as well in the club scene as well. So definitely one to look out for. Along with all the other superstars he's got around him. So
we're looking good here, 8-Ball. We're looking like we've got 11 on 11, and we've got Source 8-Ball. Let's go.
Let's go. So Real have gone for the Chelsea kit, all blue, and Mad Army in the Juve. I think it's the Juve third kit. All white from right to left. Off we go. Kicking off the third of 4th games tonight. Real versus Mad Army, brought to you by Pro Clubs Weekly, and
oh my.
A shot in the opening 4 minutes. May this be a thing to come in the rest of the remaining 86 minutes, Domino.
Able to play through Mad Army like that with 1-2 touch to get a shot away, very, very smooth.
Bring it on. Bring it on. Mookie does well. Got a goal on Tuesday's stream. Peanut to Egalaz. He's the one we're going to be watching, Domino. He is in that cam roll, that free roll. Potentially the danger man. Swung into the back post. Elias is there on his defensive duties, does well, gives it to Latov. Not sure he wanted it there, but does well. And out come Mad Army. Away from home, don't forget, Domino. So it could be some potential issues there, but looking good so far. Pina to Metellus. Over the top, keeper's coming. Vale clears. Banky in there, gets it back, recycled nicely. Festic into Tutku and tipped round the post. It was tipped round the post for a corner. Mad Army now. The worrying thing here, Domino, is it only took them 12 minutes to start to cook.
Yeah, but I do. I thought he was going to hit the manual pass, then the manual through ball, and I was like, it's very, very odd. But yeah, I mean, I'm not questioning it. I do like this rail team. Like what I've seen for the first 15 minutes, the shape looks good 8-Ball. They look good on the ball. It's obviously going to be an uphill battle against this Mad Army team, but they definitely don't look out their depths.
The one thing I'm not vibing with at the moment is that one-person press. there's going to be a very long Keenan Page type of evening if you're going to be up there pressing by themselves. I tell you what, Inc. did very, very well with the position there because EA did not let him move for the ball. Had to just position himself spot on, and he did that. Fair play, good save. But again, Mad Army, they are knocking at the door, and I tell you what, they're battering round the door, but Real stand firm, or more to the point, the crossbar stood firm. 19 minutes in, it is all Mad Army so far.
Yeah, the one thing that's going to be hard to break from them is their confidence. As soon as they're like killer sharks, Abel. As soon as they smell blood in the water, that is it. Like they will take it. They will take liberties with you, and they'll make you look silly. And the one thing you can't get this team is overconfident, because once they are, they're going to be very, very hard to stop. You need to do something to upset them. You need to upset the rhythm here, because if the game carries on this pattern, it will be one-way traffic.
Agreed. They are still trying.
I don't know what that is, Abel.
They're still trying to play positively when they get the ball. It's just, again, that very direct style, not getting any change out of the back line from Mad Army as Pina drops the shoulder. It's going to fall. Wow.
Tackle that is,
wow. In the nick of time, stepped in with basically an open goal. Score remains 0-0 for now, Domino. For now. I mean, Mad Army have been in ascendancy for basically 27 minutes, but you know what that means. You know exactly what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
We've
it's
watched,
written on the wall, April.
We've watched
it's the only certainty. It's the only certainty I can give you in this game mode.
From the back, then off they go once again. Their turn to go direct this time. Vale, who's had a good opening half an hour.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they look good going forward when they get that ball down, but Mad Army not letting them do that very often at the moment. Here is Festic into striker's feet. Pina off to Elias. Defended well. Aldo over the top it goes, and he's going to get on the end of it as well. Pina there, but Atsu comes across nicely, dispossesses, and off they go forwards. Tuku does very, very well to block that. Didn't need to force it. Aldo there once again for Real. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Goalless. And again, Mad Army win it back with a block.
I mean, they're getting the body behind the box, and where they crowd out space like that, 8-ball, but if it keeps going back at you at waves, it's going to happen. And what a time to get it from this Mad Army.
Yeah, it was inevitable, absolutely inevitable. They kept winning the ball high up, and fair play to them. I mean, the press has been fantastic this first half from Mad Army. They were queuing up, truth be told, and that quick fire shot was too fast for the commentary. And it is Mad Army who draw first blood, and they look hungry still for more. Again, that press, Domino, I mean, that's the CDM. And this is the centre back. It just, you know, it's such a good shape from this Mad Army side. It's good to watch.
Yeah, but it's a shape going forward, April. They've always got options. When they get in around the box, they have options to play out. And they're not afraid to go and press the ball as soon as they've lost it. And it's a very, very hard team to play against offensively and defensively.
Yeah. You know, they look good on the ball, but also just off the ball as well. They're floating into such good positions and such good habits. And it's difficult to play against. And I feel for Real at the moment, but truth be told, they're only a goal down. So, to be quite frank, Domino, I personally would be happy with that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how thrilled they would be, of course, but hey.
No, how that half's gone, 8-ball, I think Real were under the cosh for a lot of that half, and to only have it as one goal and one real two clear-cut chances happening, I don't think it's a bad half for them, because they know what uphill tasks are against.
Yeah.
In this second half, you can't just resign yourself to losing 1-0. You've got to try and turn it and get back into it. So the strategy's got to change. Yes, we can't play it through the middle. is it worth going a little bit more direct when we pick up the ball? Are we going to hit channels a little bit more? But they've got to show something different this half 8 ball because they can't have this churn, the same result again.
Totally agree. Totally agree. So here we go then. Second half of game number 3 of 4. It is Mad Army, a goal to the good against Real. And they might, I mean, to be fair, I was going to say they might get a second here. I do maybe think it's a case of when, not if, and that's no disrespect to Real Casarea. It's just this, you know, how do you stop it? You know, we joked about it in the intro to this game, but you know, they've come out, it took them 12 minutes to cook, and they've just, you know, they've carried on cooking ever since. So long may it continue if you're a Mad Army fan, but Real Casarea, I mean, we're talking about players making a name for themselves. The stage is yours. Unsung, who are FCH? Do we know who FCH are?
When is FCH on stream?
I'm trying to work out who that is.
Tomorrow.
Pina slides it through to Elias, and good save. Turns it around, does Ink. Very, very alert to that one, but once again, like a hot knife through butter, Mad Army straight through the middle of that defense. Pina back post, great corner. Tori with the clearance, taken down nicely. Yeah, very nicely. Inside to Egolaz. Down the line it goes to Aldo. Gio. And it was good until it wasn't, Domino, and now Mad Army showing what they can do on the counter-attack with that man Polga.
This is definitely better by Real 8 ball. What I've noticed, they've slowed their play down a little bit more. They're not trying to force through as much, picking their time. The problem is when they get the ball here, it's all rush. It doesn't look like that's where they're comfortable. Yeah. If I was there now, 8 ball, I'd turn it back, play it to the centre half, and then restart the attack. It doesn't look like they're that prolific going forward full press when they pick it up here. It seems like they do run out of exactly that. They run out of ideas. They need to just get the ball, put it back, slow it down a little bit, and then actually start an attack instead of forcing an attack.
Here is Polga to BR. Capone slides it through, and there is that man we highlighted at the beginning of the game. Elias puts his side 2 goals up, hammers it home from 20 yards, and is that good night to Real Casarea, Domino?
I think it is. There's no two ways about it. The second half is better for them, but when they get anywhere past that halfway line, prime example, 8 ball, they get swallowed up. And I don't know how it gets better unless they go more direct, but that comes with time, 8 ball. It might just be a case, just try and stem the tide, and whichever way, if we can get one back, then we can mount an offense from there. But yeah, it does look like a very, very hard task, or a little bit slice of luck.
I think everything's just so central for them, isn't it? Because here is Polga, 30 yards out. It's not where you want that man if you're a Real fan, but clutched gratefully to the chest by Ink. And what I was going to say is because they're so against the kosh, they kind of have to get into those defensive numbers. They get very narrow, and everything just has to come through the center, and it's just playing straight into the hands of Mad Army, because you've got 2 of the best CDMs in the world, to be quite frank, and not only individually are they 2 of the best CDMs, but as a pair, that pairing of Capone, that pairing of Festic. I mean, my team talk for this side would be keep it away from those 2 first and foremost. Exhibit A, by the way.
Basically, in real life, you have Kante and McAlea playing together.
Yeah, exactly. But they can also go forward as well, which is crazy. So, I mean, it's easier said than done, I'm sure, because you can't just kind of leave the likes of Polgar and co to cook down the middle. But when they get it, if they had a little bit of width, just make them think a little bit more, even if you don't use the men, but they just don't have players hugging the touchline. And I think, good save, very good save. And I think, you know, that's why they've had to, you know, come back. That's why they've had to go centrally, and Mad Army just in there waiting to pick them off. And it's bread and butter for the likes of Festic, Vittori again with the clearance, and Capone. They've both been phenomenal tonight as well.
these chances here are a very, very rare opportunity. And then, to be fair, exactly what I'd do the same. Because if they get one back, we know what happens with a 2-goal lead, Abel. As soon as you get one, tails go up and anything can happen.
Yeah,
but you need things like this. These set pieces cause a little bit of chaos, or do something different, pop out of the back post like this, and see if you can win that knockdown, get a corner.
Yeah, here we go.
This is what they need to do, 8-ball. This kind of football. Turn it ugly.
Nothing to lose now. I mean, they've only got 2 players in the box. 3, 4 now, and again, it's a strange one. 2-0 down, 4 players in the box. Answers on a postcard, please. But they've come up against a very good Mad Army side, and it's not just a good side, Domino. It's I was going to say it's a Mad Army side who, even before a ball was kicked, was striking fear into most of the league, truth be told. So, and they've turned up on the day as well. You know, sometimes previous champions in this league, Domino. Here is Kevin Edge on the box. Atsu steps in well. You know, we've had the likes of Famo, we've had the likes of G-Mask, who we've seen on the stream, and you know, they've done what we call a champions win, where they've played a bit naff, but they've managed to win 1-0 or 2-1 or whatever. Whereas Mad Army at the moment, they've got the performance to go with the results as well. And Polga finds Elias at the back post, putting a cherry on top of not only the performance but the result as well. And Polga combining with this right midfielder, one to watch. Not even for the future, Domino. For right now, Elias gets his second of the game, and Mad Army's third.
Yeah, and when you said, like, there's some games that are just about getting the championship winning games, some games like this one ain't all are statement games. Very much statement games. This is what we can do to any team, really. Yeah. Regardless. I mean, don't come up here ill-prepared or not on form, because we will pick you apart even away from home. And it's just been clinical. It's been a club's clinic that Mad Army put on hand.
I agree. Here come Real, but once again,
man of the match.
Yeah, well, I mean, both boxes as well. It's rare to find someone who's that potent in front of goal, but also will get back there defending as well. Bianchi tries to get the shot off, but once again, Festic is there. There's just names for days, isn't it? And this Mad Army side is going to take some stopping, Domino. I'll tell you that for nothing.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Welcome to the big times for Real Casarea, and to be fair, Domino will be saying it a lot this season. Good luck when you play Mad Army, because what can you do? What can you do when you come up against a side like that in that type of form? You know.
There's not much 8-ball, and we said it, when you bring these superstar teams together, have they got the chemistry to function? They've looked like it takes a couple of games to pick up that kind of chemistry. It looks like they have the chemistry on lockdown starting this league, which is dangerous. When this team starts like that, they can only get better as the season goes along, and if that's where they are now, 8-ball, where are they going to finish?
Well, they'll be looking to... they're definitely a side who will be looking to win that league for sure, for sure. And you know, they've come close a lot of the time. That kind of, I will call it the Polga core, but you know the types of players I'm talking about. The types like Festic, like Capone, Polga, Warren, Barisha, Atsu. Those guys who are so used to playing with each other week in, week out, under different aliases, of course, as Domino said, but they're going to be there or thereabouts come the end of the season, but they'll want to go that extra step, because, you know, especially since we've been doing this commentary, Domino, they are always the side who look very, very good for 85% of the season. Then when it gets to crunch time, they just tend to go off the boil. And I remember a couple of seasons ago, I'm sure they'll hate me for saying this, but they were in the driving seat going up into that last game of the season. There were 4 games on that last day of the season. I think they ended up finishing like 7th or something. It made absolutely no sense. But these are what we're talking about, the fine margins in this top level. And that's exactly what we've got here, is a top level. And we're continuing that right now. It is Rote Teufel Esport taking on Allstar, aka One Mind. Go ahead, Dominic.
You see the chat?
Played it.
I love that. That is the Alfie way. I mean, if anyone's night ends like Alfie's, The only thing that would be better if he scored a goal and then got kicked after. That's the Alfie Edge way. Fantastic. But 8-Ball.
Do you need us to have a word with Mav for you, Alfie?
Yeah.
So we put a good word in for you, mate.
I mean, we're going to get back to the serious business at hand, 8-Ball, because once you hit my phone up with the main event this evening, salivating 8-Ball.
Yeah, he wasn't actually gonna. Yeah, Domino didn't even want to do tonight. So, and he saw this game. I thought,
I was Brett on the phone. Got Brett on the phone. I was Brett. We need you back, son.
Domino, talk to me about these two sides. Then, two sides we know very, very well.
Oh, I mean, this Rote team, I'd claim it to be like a bit of the Delosa team. When you've got Rote on form and firing, we've seen some world-beating performance by this Rote team. World-beating, and don't look any further forward than that man Arquez at top 8-Ball. That guy is devastating at the highest possible level of striker. In my opinion, walks into most teams, if I'm honest with you. Like, incredible player. On the other side, you know I'm going to mention the man, the Freezy 8-Ball. He is my inspiration. He is my inspiration of clubs. The guy is, in my opinion, one of the best cams in the world because he's just the most creative. Love watching him play, and I'm mesmerised when he plays. That's why you've got two absolute ballers that I love performing in the main event. 8-Ball could go anyway.
Yeah, it's a good way to finish off the week, isn't it? Game number 4 on day number 3. Rote, free-flowing Rote, they'll take on anyone. They're not scared of anyone, Domino, and they'll just try and outscore you. They are the league's highest goal scorers, and I think they're the joint highest goals conceded as well, so it just makes absolutely no sense. But if I had to describe Rote to you in one sentence, it would very much be that. Free-flowing and just a very, very good team to watch. To be honest, I think as free-flowing as One Mind / Allstar can be at times, we know them on this stream for being so defensively astute. The fact that the Freezy's gone into cam now leads me to believe, and with the introduction of Usama up front and Pio, aka Geordie, they are two very, very good strikers, and then, like Domino said, a very, very good cam behind them. That it does lead me to believe that they're really leaning into this new game cycle, this new FC26. It's not defense simulator like the last game cycle was. We are going to give this a go. We are going to attack teams. We're not going to sit in necessarily and just try to win those games 1-0. I don't think they'll mind me saying, because they were very good at it. And if you ask me, if I had to put, £1,000 on any team to win against any top team, I'd always go with One Mind historically, because you trust them to get a result. So these guys are a side I very, very much enjoy watching this season. Not necessarily in seasons past, but very, very good side to watch. And I think putting them up against Rote is almost like, you've got a couple of sticks of dynamite already in the pot, and then Allstar are the lit match, and you're just going to chuck it in there. So expect fireworks for this one, boys and girls, and Domino, because again, two top teams, and I physically couldn't glaze them anymore if I tried.
No, you can't look past them, because like you said, One Mind, if you were going to put an ACCA together, and on one of the slots on the ACCA you had a 1-0 win, you'd always go to One Mind. You'd look at the One Mind win. Progressive in defence, and one of the best teams at scoring goals and then shutting up shop and shutting games out. They're a fantastic game. And Rote are just that kind of team. 8-Ball, you get the Rote on their day, I believe they can beat any team in the world on their day. They're just that good when they start clicking, but their day doesn't come consistently enough, so it depends what Rote we get today.
Yeah, there's us talking about how free-flowing this Rote side are. They've just drawn 0-0 against Focus in the Prem, so... So glad you guys have got that out of your system now. If you could just, come over here and
good result,
give us a 3-2 or a 6-5, that would be fantastic. But get
also 8-Ball, Focus not conceding as well. That's a fair play to them.
yeah, totally. Right then. One Mind / Allstar are ready to go. So let me show you their lobby as things stand. Confirmation of that 3-5-2 with DeFreezy playing in cam. Again, players to look out for tonight. You know, we saw him in the first week. Pio, aka Geordie, look out for that man up top. And you know, we've said previously on this stream, and we say every single stream, but when you come across players who we're not familiar with, you know, we've probably seen close to 1,000 players now. So you know, it's difficult if we've seen one from a year or two ago, but Pio burst onto our stream last week, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him play tonight. Partnered up front by Osama, who I actually messaged in pre-season just to let him know I was excited to see him play. Nothing more, nothing less. Just saw his name pop up. Thought, yeah, let's go for it. So to put those together...
Did he ignore you?
No, everyone does, mate. Even you. I've got good experience from it at the very least.
Did he leave you on red?
Yeah. You know, to have those two strikers and the cam in behind, it's very similar to what Rote have got on the other side. So yeah,
sorry to cut you off, but X is in the chat saying extra time, sadly.
Oh
extra time in the game.
Long story. I mean, we've got time, so I can explain it. That's not a problem. Peppo's in here as well. Peppo, goalkeeper for Rote. Good luck to you tonight, boys. Yeah, basically with the auto stats that EA have tried to do, if it's a draw, then it doesn't come through. So everyone needs to play extra time to make sure they get the stats. So those boys have literally had to sit in 30 virtual minutes of extra time just to make sure they get auto stats.
But you don't play competitively in that, so the game doesn't run 2020. You just kind of muck about for the last. Correct. You must hate that so much, especially with that 15-minute break or the 45-minute break in the middle as well. You must hate it.
It turns a long night into even longer night, and yeah, I mean the Rote boys, they would have had time to get themselves a drink, get a coffee or a Red Bull or whatever. They'll be ready to go. And yeah, likewise, the One Mind boys have just been sat playing lobby sims. So I'll leave it to you to let me know which one of these is more prepared. But basically, the last 30 virtual minutes, both of them are just sat there doing nothing. So makes no sense whatsoever. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here, Domino. Which way is this one going?
The thing is, I haven't seen Rote this game cycle. We saw All-Stars against Fenerbahce, and if I'm honest, that wasn't a Fenerbahce I was used to. There was a, in my opinion, a poor Fenerbahce, a poor performance from them. And All-Stars looked good, but they weren't up to, in my opinion, the level that Rote normally is at. But they've had a lot of games to... I'm going around the bush, right? But I'm going to go with Rote. I'm going to go with Rote.
I just needed a one-word answer to be quite honest.
I'm going, yeah. But I'm trying to psych myself up to tell me who thinks winning. Because again, it's truly 50-50. If All Stars go back to what they do best and shut up shop, can Rote break them down? Who knows? But if it goes, if they both go hammer and tong at it, I don't know which way it goes. I'm excited to see how it plays out. One Mind versus Rote, 8-ball, let's go.
Yeah, let's find out which way this one is going to go for sure. It is Rote in the white from left to right, and All Stars in the all black from right to left. Kicking off this fourth and final game of the last stream of the week for the main event of the evening. Brought to you by Pro Clubs Weekly on behalf of VPG.
I don't think I could play with DeFreezy.
It's too good. Here is DeFreeze on the edge of the box.
No, I wouldn't expect the ball and then all of a sudden get out my feet from him. That's the problem.
I can't ever imagine a scenario where you are playing on the same team, to be fair. You know, even if we paid him, I just can't see it happening.
No, okay, that's fair enough. Yeah. Me and him actually play the same position. I'm a cam as well, so do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the only time that your name will ever fall into the same kind of sentence as Mr. Ballon d'Or. Here he is, DeFreezy. They've got men over. It is due, and first blood to One Mind, aka Allstar. And they had been knocking on the door as we were joking around there, but they had a man over 3 at the back post. A slightly leaky defense for Rote so far this season. It's going to have to force them to come out playing dominant from a neutral point of view. I don't mind that at all.
No, early goals always help games 8-ball, and I don't know what happened with Rote 8-ball, but they just couldn't seem to get close enough to a player to make a difference.
Yeah.
They were not pressing, they were cutting lanes, but they were just allowing them to play through. And yeah, when you do that with a team like One Mind and the creativity they have, they will hurt you if you give them time.
Behave. Usama to the goal scorer. He's going to have a pop. Peppo tips it round the post. Those low-driven.
It seems like they're like a couple of yards away from the person with the ball, like they're trying to stop where they're going, like really passive defending instead of progressive.
Well, let's see. Who are FCH? Stop winding me up. De Freezy edges is on. Good tackle in the end. Marv down the line it goes. To Ixi, the cam for the Germans. Arquez. Good football from Rote as they play through the thirds. And it is Neymar Jr. partner in Arquez. No Machiavelli.
Is Neymar Jr. digital Neymar Jr.?
It is, yeah.
I thought that.
Yeah. Playing up front with Arquez instead of Machiavelli.
Much
And here is
Arquez.
Yeah, good save from Salito.
And it just goes to show 8-ball. Once they get the ball moved forward, they can hurt you like any other team. They are such a good free-flowing team. And they're up here at 8-ball.
Neymar Jr. almost getting on the end of that one. Back with Rote. Since conceding the goal, have looked very good, Domino.
Yeah. I think maybe just caught cold and, didn't want to overcommit, and then for some reason found themselves in a little stalemate where they weren't getting close enough to make a tackle to anyone. But looks like they're fully warmed up here, 8-ball, because that is scintillating stuff.
Oh, yeah. And to be honest, I mean, if we know one side can sit in and soak up pressure, it is Allstar, it is One Mind. And I think that's kind of what might be on the mind for Rote, which is why they're coming out all guns blazing as soon as they've conceded, and Arquez could have actually turned there. But promising stuff from Rote in response to that early goal.
A lot better from Rote, and again, great teams there with great mentalities and great managers. 8-ball, they don't stay out of the game for too long, and this is really good from this Rote side. And it's back to One Mind to wrestle possession because they can't keep. I say they can't keep stemming this attack, but we know this One Mind side. They can do this for days.
Yeah, exactly, and keeping the ball nicely. Big switch of play does stay in. The goal scorer due inside to Brotini. Up the pitch they go. Good work from Allstar under a bit of pressure, just taking the sting out of the game a little bit, keeping possession nicely. They're in no rush anymore, Domino, given that they are a goal to the good.
This is the way they game manage. 8-ball, take the sting out of the game. They can clearly tell Rote are getting a foothold. What do? Just keep the ball and just quiet the crowd, basically.
Again, former Champions E-League champions. They've been there before. They've done it all before. So if we're talking about mentality monsters like we were earlier on, these boys definitely fall into that category. And Marv up to Arquez, loses his man nicely, gives it to the dangerous Neymar Jr. out wide to Dex, cuts it back. Ixi, Neymar, good football from Rote, edge of the box. Ixi gets it back. Arquez coming back from an offside position, trying to, I don't know, that extra pass. Arquez has won it high up, squares it across to Neymar. They always want that extra pass. I think it's killing them a little bit here, Dom. You need someone to take this game.
Did you see the keeper? I think the keeper just kind of wandered out slightly, and you expect the great players to see things like that, and they are great players.
It's good football. I'll tell you what,
mate, Arquez. Oh my! I need to watch back.
Just stop talking. It doesn't need a commentary team when you're that good. I mean, Arquez.
If we're on the Rote stream, you need to show me that replay at the end, please.
Arquez doing Arquez things, gets his team back into the game before half-time, and again, from a neutral point of view, it's very, very good for us guys watching. Does nothing for the heart rates of the players, of the managers, but we are here for it. Good ball from DeFreezy. Far side, looking to keep it on the deck as Pio wins a corner for his side. Julo on that far side there, causing problems. Will be a corner with 2 minutes to go till half time. Yeah, taking their sweet time with this one.
Get only 3 up before the box.
Here it goes, near post it is. Julo tried to flick it on to no avail, and it's going to be Ixie picking up the loose ball. What a first half he's had. Cuts inside, looking for the run of Arquez, finds it. Neymar drops the shoulder, gives it to Lucas, looking for the return pass. And is that going to take us? Yeah, I think that's what, clearly it's Rote's game plan. It truly, truly is. And they've been good value for it now that they've got the goal. Because before that, Domino, it was almost, it was almost attack versus defense in the nicest possible way, because one mind don't mind that. In fact, I genuinely can see DeFreezy setting his side up in 11v11 friendlies to purposely say, let's practice sitting behind the ball, because it's what they're so good at doing. And against a very good Rote side, who quite clearly the game plan is, get that ball on the edge of the box, and we want to find that perfect pass. You find that perfect pass, you create that one-on-one chance. They've got 2 of the deadliest strikers in the league. And, of course, Arquez showed that just before half-time, Domino.
Yeah, I mean, those type of players, like I said, Arquez, in my opinion, walks into predominantly any team in that position because of that. When the game's not going your way, or you need a bit of magic to create something, that man will give you it. It's the same on the other side as DeFreezy. Like, that's why this game was so interesting to me, because you've got 2 match winners sitting at the pinnacle points of their offensive lineups, and it's to see which one gets the better of each team. I think Rote, after that first wobbly 10 minutes, had a fantastic first half.
Yeah, they truly, truly did, and the game has just sat on a knife edge, really, for 2 different reasons. Rote just looked so good going forward, so confident and positive in their play, and one mind, you just know that they've got a goal in them.
Always.
So again, from a neutral point of view, poised very, very nicely. It is 1 apiece, due the goal scorer for one mind in that opening 10-15 minutes, and cancelled out by an Arquez banger just before half-time for Rote. And it is Rote in the all-white from right to left in the second half, one mind in the all-black. And here comes Camp for the Germans. Arquez has Neymar running ahead of him, finds Neymar running ahead of him, loses his man, cuts inside, gives it to Ixie, who went for that additional pass. And again, when you've got Arquez in this kind of form, in any kind of form to be fair, you're usually 9 times out of 10 are going to look for him. But I think what I want to see, Domino, in the second half is Ixie just put his foot on the ball a little bit more, because, I mean, there, for example, one mind were expecting him to play that additional pass.
Yeah.
And it was the right pass, 100%. But when you're expecting it, it makes it a little bit easier to defend. And
yeah,
I think that's kind of where we've got to. So, even if it's just once or twice, just put his foot on the ball, just give him something to think about a little bit, maybe.
And the thing is with Ixie, you know he's got a lot of tools in the tool bag, Abel.
Yeah. Oh,
you know he's got a lot of tools and what he can do across there. But what I'm liking this is Arquez and Neymar, I'm really liking them when they square up their counterparts.
Oh, yeah.
If they're left one-on-one, Abel, they're not afraid to actually take it at them and try and take it past them, making it so entertaining. DeFreezy there, Abel, do DeFreezy things.
I mean, DeFreezy, yeah.
Doing DeFreezy
literally
things. doing DeFreezy things, Abel.
You were talking about players who want to take on their man. I mean, don't get me wrong, it wasn't the prettiest looking.
Yeah, slides,
But the ball into the back post, I mean, we're talking about players who've got chemistry. DeFreezy to Jew. That puts Jew on a hat-trick as well, don't forget. Back post at the right time. We said they've got a goal in them. Is it against the runner play, Domino?
Not in this thing. I think throughout if you take the game as a whole, maybe. But I don't think in this half it's been quite 50-50. A bit, yeah, nothing's really happened. But this one is so entertaining.
Neymar Jr. steps up, big player at a big time, levels this tie. We are truly seeing a banger at the moment as things stands. It is 2 apiece, and I don't think the goal scoring is over, Domino.
Abel, what are you having as our game of the week? And it's not even over yet.
Here we go, Neymar Jr. once again. Brotini does very, very well.
And that's what they need to do a little bit more, some doubling up on both Arquez, Neymar.
Well, the thing is, you know, Machiavelli's missing tonight. He's one of the best strikers in the league. They've just got a like-for-like replacement, like someone who can match Arquez's not only energy but his class as well, and it really truly does make a very, very difficult task even more difficult for this back line of All-Stars. And, you know, we said before the game, one of the best back lines in world clubs is getting a bit of a runaround from these two as things stand. Near posts, trying to flick it on, got absolutely cleaned out instead. And like I said, I don't think this game is going to finish 2-2, Domino.
No, there's too much in it, Abel. And you can see both teams after that second goal went in, noting, oh my. Wow.
I mean, he wasn't offside, so I think it would have called it. Jupp does fantastically well. Pepu does the splits in the goal. And it's going to be another corner to All-Stars.
I'm sitting so far forward on my chair at the minute.
Literally edge of the seat stuff from that man. De Vries, he gets it across to Pio. Once again, for the 3rd time, puts one mind ahead in this tie. 3-2, and you cannot keep De Vries's name out of the conversation at the moment. Pio there, the header down. I didn't see who it was, but it was a fantastic choice to head that back across. And Jordi was there in the nick of time to, again, topsy-turvy game, puts his side into the lead for the 3rd time in a row. Rote, your move.
Yeah, and I would do that Familia tactic. You just need to get it to Neymar and Arquez as quickly as you can, because once they turn and square up a man or they get the ball, something's happening. Same as the De Vries look. As soon as you see them open and get them the ball, they will make something happen. Ixie as well.
Totally agree.
That's it.
Totally
Head
agree.
up, look for the 3. There you go.
It's fantastic stuff to watch. This road side have really, really cooked. And to be fair, if they go out of this game with nothing, I do think it's a bit of a crime, but All-Stars will not care one bit, because that is what they do. That's what they're renowned for. This time, I would say they've got the you know, the performance to go with it. It's not been a smash and grab by any stretch of the imagination. No. Here is De Vries. They've trebled up on him this time, Domino. Clearly they're learning, but is it too little too late?
Double didn't work.
Lucas, who, to be fair, I think Lucas has been fantastic, by the way. His team's conceded 3 goals. It doesn't make any sense. Didash into the back post. He's going to come straight back to them via Ixie. Brotini. Good battle between those two. Clears his lines. 5 minutes remaining. Neymar Jr. is not the man you want taking a throw in.
The hard thing, April, if I, again, could put a bet on any team seeing out a game in the last 10 minutes, you put the money on 100%. This All-Stars one-mind team.
I think Rote will know that. They've been around long enough. You know, these guys have played each other multiple times for multiple seasons now. They know it. I'm just wondering when the kitchen sink will come out, because I don't think it's even come out yet. They trust this front 3, and why wouldn't they?
Yeah. But saying that, April, you put any money on someone scoring a 90th minute winner, it's that man Arquez and out the edge.
Didash into the box. They're going to get a corner for their trouble. Oh, God.
2 minutes left, April. Make yourself a hero.
Here we go. It is now or never for the Germans. They've got a corner. There's 4 men on the line.
That's a Freezy again. Freezy winning against centre-halves.
If I've ever needed to tell you, a picture says 1,000 words. 4 men on the line. Here we go. Are they going to keep it in? Yes, they are going to keep it in. DeFreezy and Brotini do the double team, and
I
Pio
think that
gets in
should
the
be it.
way. Look at that.
I don't think it will be. They've got one more chance table. It needs to go up.
And up it
needs to go
goes.
up quickly. And they've got the last chance table. They just need
Oh,
to get
big
out of that.
tackle from
DeFreezy!
DeFreezy. Oh, it's great stuff from a neutral point of view. It's heartbreaking for Rote because once again, they played such good football on the deck. I mean, to be quite honest, I genuinely think that might have been the best I've seen a team play.
And lose.
And I don't even think I need to finish that sentence with the loss. I genuinely think they were just so good. You know, that free-flowing football was fantastic to watch. You know, if you think back to the goals, and like it doesn't just, they conceded 3 goals and didn't play bad. It makes no sense, Domino. It makes absolutely no sense.
There was no mistakes in their 8-ball. There's one ricochet that fell to DeFreezy, played a great ball. The other time DeFreezy played a great ball, 8-ball. And I can say individual players did individual brilliance to unpick the defences. It's not that the Rote switched off, the keeper had a bad game, the defence was out of shape. It was nothing. The players just played fantastically. Even for the Allstar goal, the Rote goals, the players just played fantastic. It was quality above mistakes on all occasion, and that 8-ball. If you're going to put my hand up, that's game of the week 8-ball. That's incredible. What a game
heard
that
it
was.
Here first, boys and girls. Confirmation that Sunday night's game, will be Rote versus Allstar. You heard it from the big man himself. Right, I mean, once again, Domino, I'm counting my lucky stars. I'm touching the desk, I'm touching wood. We got through another night of EA FC 26 Pro Clubs without any issues.
The bar is really low, isn't it?
The bar is so low. It's like we managed to play the game that we bought. Fantastic.
We managed to watch 4 games on one night.
But all jokes aside, I mean, it's up, it's working. And again, similar to Tuesday, and Domino wasn't there on commentary, but he was there watching. So again, kind of he knows what the score was. It's just another fantastic advertisement for VPG and 11v11. So if you're watching this and you've never got involved before, if you're watching this and you have no idea who the hell we are, first of all, sort it out.
You gotta learn a date.
but get involved. That's all I'm gonna say. Get involved. The best game mode by far on all of FC 26 for some time now. So, and if you have no idea how to get involved, message us on any social media. We're all over the place. Pro Clubs Weekly. We'll be happy to guide you to where you need to go. But for right now, VPG is clearly where it's cooking. So again, feel free to message those guys as well. They'll be happy to help. Domino, as far as we're concerned, that is us. We've got 4 days off now, ready to rest, recoup, ready for Monday's stream, where we'll be back doing it all over again. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 8 p.m. on this channel, VPG YouTube. Make sure you are subscribed. Put notifications on so you know when we go live. Sometimes we're early, sometimes we're a little bit late. But
most times we're late, but
we'll always be here in mind and spirit. Right, that's it for me, 8-ball. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Domino, I'll leave it to you to sign off for the rest of the week.
Yeah, like 8-ball echoed. I mean, 3 fantastic streams there. Guest stream on this week. Yeah, it's been fantastic watching it, sharing it with you guys. Thanks again to players in VPG. That's us for the week. I'll see you guys Monday.
Cheerio.